What is actually popping, YouTube? How you been? How you doing? How your freaking day been? Comment that down below because you know I want to know. Oh, my necklace is out. But you peep. I mean, and if you know, you watch some of my other videos or you follow me on Instagram, you know I attend Howard University. Or, you know, because of Miss COVID-19, Miss Rona, Zoom University. And I just want to spill the tea on how that's all gone. Truthfully, this is actually about like what I love about Howard, why I chose Howard, why I'm so happy that I chose Howard, and if you're struggling to figure out what school you want to go to, how to like combat that. For, you know, those of you who decide to take a gap year, or those of you who are in high school, are seniors right now, and want to know, like, you know, what might be in store if Miss Rona ain't gone by next fall. So, and also, you know, just the dynamics at Howard. I'm sorry, I'm in a spinning chair, so you're gonna see me spinning throughout this video because I have a very short attention span, so I gotta do something to keep me focused. But yeah, so first things first, what are my classes like? What's the day-to-day like? So I actually kind of like the way that my classes are set up in terms of times. Mine are on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday. They're like, I'm basically from 10 in the morning until 3 o'clock I'm in classes. I have one like hour break because my class doesn't start until 1, but my other class ends at 12. Well, really it's like 40 minutes, but whatever. I have one little break like that on Mondays, and then I'm done at 3. Then I start doing my homework and stuff like that. Then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, my favorite days of the week, I have a class at 9:40, from 9:40 to 11, and then I don't have any classes, and then my next and last class is 3:40 to 5. Now, when I read that I had a class that ended at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, or the evening, because that's dinner time, low key, I was like, Howard, what you doing? Don't nobody want to be in class until 5 o'clock? But that class that ends at 5 o'clock is my Black Aesthetics class. And it might be my favorite class. It really might be my favorite class. That or English. And if you know me, you know I don't like English classes because I don't like to write. I'm good at writing, you know, I always get a good grade, but I don't like it. I like math. Math is now my least favorite subject, but we're gonna get into that later. But this Black Aesthetics class is just solidifying why I decided to go to an HBCU, and Howard specifically. Whenever I got into this class, whenever I started experiencing this class and our discussions, I was like, oh girl, we smart, we intelligent. I was like, oh, you go, Howard. I was like, I'm so happy with my decision. You know, I'm so happy with my decision. And, oh, I was so happy. I was so happy. I can insert a tweet right here of my reaction after my first class in Black Aesthetics. I was so happy. So that's like our Black Studies program, or Black Aesthetics program, is one reason why I would really recommend as a Black student, or even as a white, Hispanic, you know, Native American, Indian, Asian student to take, because it just makes you go back and think about things in a different way, in a different light, and it just makes you a little bit more cultured, you know. I think I would want to take a class exploring Asian studies as well. I'm in Spanish and I plan on becoming fluent, so I want to keep on taking the courses for Spanish. So I'm gonna end up learning about Spanish history or Latina history with that. But yeah, I want to take some more classes to learn more about like the cultures and things like that, because it's so interesting. And my teacher, shout out to Dr. Carr, is so fire. He's so fire. Like, if you ever get a chance to meet him, bless you, because he's a great person, honestly. I'm so ecstatic. I'm so happy. But yes, so that's my Black aesthetics class. Probably one of my favorite classes. Then one of my other, you know, competing for first place classes is my literacy and discourse class. Now, what threw me, and I'm sorry, Professor B, but I know you know that it threw me because you saw my face whenever you got into the call, whenever we met. She is white. And I was not expecting to see a white professor at Howard University. I just wasn't, you know. But I am so glad that she's my teacher. Like, the stuff that she has us doing is just like, I'm so glad I came to an HBCU, because a PWI could never, okay? A PWI could simply never, okay? She's just so, she's so great. The conversations and the thoughts that she provokes for me are just phenomenal. I love that class. Then I have I'm a marketing major, so I have my business courses. And if you go in School of Business, the best school, then you will be in the 21 CAP program. So basically, you're gonna get paired up into teams, and y'all are gonna do projects, and you're gonna be in business orientation, and just get connected with a lot of different internships and just a lot of skills. And I like that as well. I love the fact that we are in teams, because the teams, just the way that it's set up, it's like a family. Like, I love my team. Like, we're great. Team 1C, coin collectors, okay, for the win. We the best team, period. Team of the year, okay? Don't play. But yeah, the way that Howard sets everything up and approaches everything, they make everything like a family. They make everybody connected, and everybody wants to help everybody. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful space to be in. It's just a beautiful Black community, and I love it. I love it. And you know, it's different from going to like a predominantly Black school, like high school, because this was my thing. This was my biggest thing about going to an HBCU. Going to a predominantly Black high school, I was always so irritated by the lack of, you know, because if you're at a predominantly Black high school, that also means that you're probably in like a lower income neighborhood, or, you know, a neighborhood with less resources. So not everybody's really concerned with being at school, you know, they don't really want to be there. And it would just irritate me so much whenever I would go to school, and people would just be fighting and like doing stupid stuff. Like, I just didn't want to see that whenever I went to my place of education, you know. And I'm not saying it's because like they're Black. I'm saying it was because of our circumstances, and we were only in those circumstances because we're Black and systemically put in those circumstances. If you don't understand what I mean, comment that down below, because it's basically, well, I'll explain this a little bit more. It's basically, Black people are not supposed to succeed in this society. You know, systemically, we're, you know, oppressed. That's just what it is. That's the truth, whether you like it or not. And it reflects and it manifests different qualities or traits or habits that aren't desirable, and make me irritated to be in a place of learning with people who don't really want to learn. And it's not all their fault. It's just they need a little bit more push. And if they were in a better situation, in a more supportive situation, then they would have that. And then my other issue would be the faculty. The faculty at my high school, I mean, they did what they could, but it was like, I missed my graduation because they didn't communicate to me that there was graduation. So, you know, I feel like that sums it up. So I didn't want to go to an HBCU because I didn't want to deal with those kinds of issues that I associated with being at a predominantly Black institution, school, whatever. Now, I will say, Howard, you need to get it together in some things, because there's no reason why we should have found out about whether or not we were coming to school a week before we were supposed to go to school. That was ridiculous. But I feel like I wouldn't have been this happy at a PWI anyway. So I'm happy. You know, and if you're having doubts about going to a HBCU for any reason that I might have had doubts about going to, oh, another thing was resources. I felt like we weren't going to have the same resources that a PWI would have, and I wanted to be somewhere where I would get the most connections, the most out of it, the most for my money, the most bang for my buck. But honestly, Howard has so many ways for you to make connections with recruiters, with companies. They have so many outreach programs. They have so many clubs and just things that you can do to learn different skills or get different licenses. We not missing nothing. I promise you, we not missing nothing. Because even in a virtual environment, we're having a career fair. I don't know if anybody else is doing that, but I hope they are. But we're having a career fair and we're getting exposed to different internships that we could start. And this is our 3rd week of our freshman year. Like, that's pretty great to me. We have resume building, mandatory resume building. So they make sure that whenever you leave their institution, you ready to step out into the world, okay? So, and I don't know. Maybe I have, you know, biases towards PWIs now, but I just haven't heard of anything like that happening at a PWI. But if you're at a PWI and they do that, please let me know. I would like to know. To know if I'm just talking mess or not. But, you know, if you ever have, you know, the feeling that you're not gonna get the same education or even better education at a HBCU than you would at the PWI because of lack of resources or because of, you know, lack of organization or CP time or anything like that, you're wrong. You will get all of that. And I was there too. And it's nothing about, like, you know, not wanting to support black institutions or not, you know, wanting to be around black people. I love black people. I really wanted to go to HBCU because I wanted to be around black people. But I was like, am I going to get everything out of it that I need to? And you will. I pinky promise you will. And more, okay? Because I have already made in a virtual environment. This is the key thing. I've already made friends and connections with people who I feel like I'm going to stay cool with or stay friends with whenever we get back on campus, anything like that. People extend help to you and it's genuine help. Like, they really want you to see you succeed, and they're strangers. But there's such a sense of community at Howard University that everybody's family. Doesn't matter if they never met you in your life. You are now my sister, you are now my brother. That's it. You my auntie, you my uncle. Like, that's it. That's just how it is there. So, if you're having doubts, I promise, throw those doubts out the window. Because it's the best decision I've made in my life. Truly and honestly. But I'm going to stop the video there because I have been rambling and talking. But the point of this video was just to tell y'all, Howard University is phenomenal. Even in a virtual environment. Is it irritating that we're virtual? Yes. But I'm happy. And if you're deciding whether you should be going to an HBCU or going to a PWI and trying to, especially y'all seniors, like this, I wrestled with this because I knew what I wanted, but I knew what I needed, and I didn't know if I could get both. And you can. Pinky promise you can get both. So basically, moral of the story, choose HBCU and choose Howard. But I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. And if y'all want me to do a video on how I got into Howard, how much scholarship money I got, how I got scholarships, all that good stuff, comment that down below.